Hi all, welcome to the video lecture series of object-oriented programming. In this video lecture, we'll be discussing about a topic named object class. Object class is first of all a class in Java. So what is the importance of this class? Why we have to consider this class? That is what we are going to discuss next. Object class is the parent class of all classes in Java by default. So even if we don't write, like whenever we create a class in Java, of course we have to create class in Java when we have to do some programs. So we often write class name, and then we open the curly brackets and we type whatever we want to, isn't it? But even if we don't write extends, okay, all the classes that we create, even if that we have created, or all the existing classes in Java are actually the child classes of class object. Okay, so object class is a built-in class already available in Java. Okay, it is the parent class of all the classes in Java. Okay, it is the topmost class. If we consider, or if we try to create a hierarchy of classes in Java, object class will be at the top. It is a root class. It is the topmost class in Java. And why we have to consider, or why we have to learn this class, or why we have to learn about this class? Okay, we all have studied about the topic named upcasting in one of our previous sessions, right? What is upcasting? The reference variable of a parent object can be used to refer to the object of any of its child class, isn't it? I repeat once again, the reference variable of a parent class can contain or can be referred to the object of any of its child class. So since object class is the parent class of all the classes in Java, a reference variable of this object class can be pointed to or can be referred to any of the objects of any other classes that we create or that exist in Java. That is the importance of this object class. Because when we do some programs, and if we don't know what kind of object is going to be returned, we can use this object class reference variable like this. Inside object class there is one method named getObject. This class or this method is going to return an object, and suppose we don't know what is the kind of object that is being used just now. Okay, we don't know what kind of class or which class have created the object and which object is currently running. In such situations we can write like this. Why? Because getObject is going to return an object. Okay, object of a class. Of course, an object always belongs to a class. Without a class there cannot be an object, right? So getObject is going to return an object of any class. Say class name be X. We don't know of which class the object belongs to. Anyway, this method getObject will be returning an object belonging to a class. Let the class name be X. Okay, so since object class is the parent class of all the classes, object class will be the parent class of this class named X also, right? Then due to upcasting we can write like this, because here obj is the reference variable of the parent class object, and it will be referring to the object of a class named X, which is the child class of class object. So in such situations where we don't know which object will be returned, in such situations we can use this object class reference variable so that there won't be any errors and there won't be any. These are some of the methods that is available inside the object class. As you can see, public final class get class. This method is used to return the class object of this object. Okay, that means if we want to get the class of the object that is being executed right now, we can use this class, this method. Then we have int hash code. This method returns the hash code number of the current object. Okay, if we want to compare two objects, okay, we can use the equals method So don't worry about these methods and all, but just try to know that these are the different methods available inside the class object. Okay, and we have a method toString method. This method is commonly used because if you want to convert, okay, if you want to get the string representation of an object, we can use this method. This method will convert the object details into a string so that we can display that as a string. That's the purpose of this method. So this method is more commonly used. Okay, and of course the other method, and of course the equals method is also used frequently to check whether two objects are equal or not. So these are some of the methods available inside the class object. The main thing you have to understand is what is object class, what is the importance of this class. That's what you have to follow. We shall conclude now. So we discussed about, or we described what is class object in Java, what is the importance of that class, and some of the methods inside class object. That is all in this video lecture. Thank you so much.